I'm reading a recent court decision from a federal court in Wisconsin that raises the common question: what is the significance when a person who complains of harassment or inappropriate behavior has participated in related behavior in the past? So I want to tell you a little bit about the decision and then talk about that in the workplace and what that means. This is just one example of a theme that we see a lot. So in this case, we've got a court decision on a sexual harassment claim, and in the judge's review of the facts of the case, he writes, and I'll paraphrase a little, although she asserts she was offended by his comments about women, these comments were part of an unprofessional environment to which she also contributed. In particular, she sent him lewd and inappropriate emails. It quotes two emails that I think we would agree are lewd and inappropriate. Ultimately, the court decided, not solely on the basis of this one piece, that it was an inappropriate work environment, but it wasn't an illegal, harassing, hostile environment under the discrimination laws. That said, as I say, it's a good reminder of this common situation. I want to think about it, sort of going back in time from before you would get to a court decision, how different actors should think about this kind of situation. So I want to look at three people: the speaker, say the male employee, I'll use as this example, who is making what would be an inappropriate comment; the female recipient, who maybe has previously participated in, say, sexual banter; and then the bystander, who may not be involved directly but is witnessing the behavior. And just think about that for a minute from those three perspectives. If you are the speaker, first of all, let's remember it's very unlikely that dirty jokes, sexual banter, highly vulgar comments promote the business. They're not part of getting the job done. That said, we want to be a little realistic and understand that, particularly in certain kinds of workplaces, this is how people interact. People may enjoy interacting that way. It creates a looseness and a cohesion, perhaps. So we understand this is going to happen. But if you're that speaker, first of all, as I say, remember it's not really helping get your job done. And also remember, this is like the hugging in the workplace situation. The important perspective is the recipient, and you may not know what the recipient's perspective is. So in this case, it's not ridiculous if the recipient has participated in these kinds of interactions previously, joined in the banter, so to speak. It's not ridiculous to think that is welcome. But just understand it can be more complicated than that. Somebody can be reciprocating to fit in because she thinks she needs to, or she may just change whether it's welcome, and somebody's entitled to do that even if it makes things a little less clear. So we just really want to err on the side of caution in those kinds of interactions, because it is so common to see this in a court decision or other contexts where it's become problematic. Now, if you're the recipient, you've engaged in these jokes before or this banter, you should understand that does perhaps give some sense that it's welcome. And if it's not welcome, even if it was before and you changed your mind, it is important to communicate that in some way that makes it stop, because you're entitled to a workplace where things do not make you uncomfortable. So whether that's confronting the speaker directly, whether that's working with HR, whether that's maybe talking to a supervisor, it's important to communicate that so that expectations are clear and people are in sync on that. Finally, the bystander. Bystanders are important to these situations. They may see things that other people don't. The bystander may have the perspective that the speaker doesn't, to say, he thinks that's welcome, but I don't think it is. And bystanders share the responsibility that everybody has to make the workplace someplace where everybody can be most productive. And so whether that's maybe talking to the recipient on the side about it, hey, are you comfortable with that? Whether that's talking to the speaker at some point on the side to say, I don't think she's comfortable with that, and starting there, whether it's talking to a supervisor or HR. you can play a really important role in making the workplace really best for everybody.